scams are horrible practices that could ruin lives. Unfortunately, its effectiveness is the sole reason it is still prevalent. Despite countless reminders of such activities, many people still fall for the same dirty old trick over the years. However, that does not mean we should stop advocating against it. It is more reason to help spread the word and educate everyone to avoid this.
Pennywise, the channel focuses on exploring wealth and increasing savings through life-changing practices about personal finance, money earning and management tips, avoiding hoaxes, and so much more. Our goal is to equip you with a penny-wise mindset through your journey to fund and help you experience the life you desire. So please join us on this exciting adventure by clicking the subscribe button below.
First of all, when did these financial scams start? Let us go back to history. Back in 300 BC, a Greek trader named Hegestratus secured a large bottomry insurance policy. Hegestratus and the lender agreed that he would pay back the borrowed money, along with interest, once the cargo arrived. In this situation, the shipment or payment is in the form of corn. If the lender could not receive payment from the merchant, they might seize the goods and boat they were carrying. However, Hegestratus had a different wicked plan. He intended to sink his unoccupied boat, retain the loan, and sell the corn. The scheme failed when he was caught in the act of trying to flee his crew and passengers after they discovered him. The story shows that frauds have been running around the globe for millenniums. We are currently in the 21st century. Its relevancy is more than ever. In this video, we are going to talk in depth about the 3 most common investment frauds and the ways you could do to avoid them. Number 1. Boiler room scam. Have you heard these words? Invest in our company and wire the money now. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The participants in a boiler room scam make cold calls to investors, which are unsolicited contacts made to individuals with whom the salesperson has no prior connection. The idea is to put the prospect in a position where they have no frame of reference or history to assess the caller's claims. The prospect has no reason to trust the caller, but they also have no background knowledge on which to refute their assertions. Making claims about the investment opportunity that the target cannot verify on their own is part of the pressure sales method. They would call about investment opportunities that you should not let go of, but in reality, the investments are non-existent. A salesperson may demand immediate payment from the prospect. They might even take a defensive stance, warning the prospect that they will take action if they do not comply. Scammers could use promises of significant returns and no danger to persuade prospects to invest. Boiler rooms take advantage of people's avarice and emotions to get their cash. They're prone to using high-pressure sales methods such as aggressive cold calling, misinformation, and extravagant guarantees to persuade buyers that they're getting a sure thing. They may also imply insider knowledge, such as a merger or acquisition that will affect the share price. Everyone must remember that these scammers are intelligent and persuasive people. The longer you are on call, the more you might be swayed by their high pressure and high persuasion tactics. They know how to use their words to turn in their favor. If ever put in such a situation, assess and be critical of what they say. Some would use flowering words to make it seem like they know what they are doing. Remember that investing always comes with risks, and promises of complete security are one big red flag. Number 2. Ponzi Scheme. A Ponzi scheme is an illegal investment fraud that promises high rates of return while posing minimal risk to investors. A Ponzi scheme is a fraudulent investment fraud that takes money from later investors to provide returns to earlier ones. It is comparable to a pyramid scheme in that both depend on recruiting new people to pay the older ones. It is one of the most effective schemes since it gives you fake security early in the investment. Early investors get their money back. These early investors would share the investment with their friends and persuade them to join. Ponzi schemes require an ongoing supply of fresh investments to continue paying out older investors. However, the more people enter, the old investors would dry up the money supply, exposing the scheme, leaving nothing to the new investors. If you are offered such an opportunity, you might want to invest also since you already know someone who was able to make a profit out of it. However, a guaranteed promise of excellent rewards and minimal risks sound too good to be true. Also, one of the identifying factors is that there is an exact percentage of return. Remember that even long-term investors could not precisely calculate the returns. The market is constantly changing. So how did they know you would make 10% more of your investment? If you want to take the risk, ensure the scheme is still new and pull out the money once it expands. But most of the time, they would make a last-minute arrangement to prevent investors pull out their money. Best thing to do, research if it is registered, how long it has been in the market, and who are the people behind the investment. Number 3. Late Day Trading Scheme. The late day trading of mutual fund shares is the act of placing orders to buy or redeem after the current NAV has been determined. Trades such as these allow investors to lock in the previous day's NAV, in large part of a mutual fund announcing earnings after hours that significantly impact the value the next day. Illegal late-day trading methods frequently include hedge funds, forming special partnerships with mutual funds to acquire and sell the latter's shares after hours, but having the transaction recorded as taking place before the start of the mutual fund's calculation. After the market closes, this technique allows hedge funds to make money off unfortunate situations after the market has closed. These hedge funds may then share a portion of the illicit profits with mutual funds in exchange for their assistance. The federal securities laws prohibit late-day trading, which is the purchase or sale of mutual fund shares after the market has closed. After the end of trading, a late-day trader might gain an unfair advantage over other investors by buying or selling large quantities of other people's assets. When offered to be involved in such an act, weigh the consequences of your actions. Keep in mind that it is an illegal act that might send you to jail. If you want to learn more about finances, consider subscribing by clicking the big red button below and ringing the notification bell to get notified when we upload new videos. Feel free to like and comment your thoughts so we'll know your feedback. Thanks for tuning in and see you again in our next video.